and welcome to The Anxiety of Automation with Doc Plays. That's me. So, today we're building a screw generator. This can be achieved simply by using very basic things and can be extremely useful in the early game. So I'm using the Blueprint Designer, which is a 4x4 grid. You are more than welcome to use foundations to lay out exactly what you want, but for the purpose of this video, I will only be using a 4x4 grid to show what it should look like on said 4x4 grid. So without further ado, let's get started. To start, you're going to want to take conveyor walls and line them up in a way that would fit with the grid. This will be for funneling in resources. Next, take a smelter to each of the conveyor wall holes and place one smelter in front of each conveyor wall hole. To line this up perfectly, ensure that the back leg from where I'm standing is touching the edge of the wall of the conveyor hole, and this will line it up perfectly each time. Next, take your conveyor belt Mark II and connect each conveyor wall hole to its respective smelter. If you are not using conveyor wall holes, just feel free to start with the smelters and space them out evenly like so. Next, each smelter needs to be set up to run iron ingots. You can copy the settings of the first one and then simply press Ctrl V on the next smelter to set it to run iron ingots as well. Next, take a constructor and hold the control button to align it with the smelter in front of the smelter behind it. This will allow for the smelter to feed directly into a constructor. Do this for each smelter that you've placed. And then connect each smelter to each constructor. Next, set each constructor to iron rods, once again utilizing the copy and paste mechanic. You can do however many of these that you want. I'm doing what I perceive to be the optimal amount. Next, line up another constructor in front of each constructor that you've placed. And connect the previous constructor to the new constructor. Then set each secondary constructor to screws. Once you've done this, you will have 4 constructors running screws all at the same time. And only screws all at the same time, which should optimize the factory to a certain degree. This looks cleaner and feels a little more efficient. However, in the future, you will want to separate some of the smelter production into splitting lines. Or if you happen to come across the alternate recipe for screws, which involves only the cast screw alternate recipe, which requires 5 iron ingots to create 20 cast screws, you may not even need the second line of constructors after that. With this setup, you should be able to create screws at a much faster pace. However, future optimization will be required to keep this setup running. Thank you for watching, and if you found this content helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.